Hey, Henry Riccardi live here on the Trump Republican page, and I'm here in a special night. Thank you, everyone that's joining me in the Trump Republican page. And we have a special night tonight, as I stated in the posts and the videos. We have Matt Riccardi, who is running for New Jersey governor. And tonight we're going to be speaking about the New Jersey governor debate. The debate was done a little while ago, I just heard. Sorry. And what's happening now is that I heard there's some interesting things, and we're going to be speaking to Matt in a bit. Guys, 20 days till the local elections. I hope you're ready. Spread the word on all local elections in New York City, in New Jersey especially. I want you to spread the word. 20 days to the general election. So thank you for joining me. Henry Riccardi live here on the Trump Republican page. One more night here, and we've been speaking about this, and we're excited, and I see a lot of people that are jumping on right now, but thank you for joining. And we're going to be speaking about the debate. We're going to be speaking about issues, and Matt Riccardi is just going to go into it, and we're going to see why is he the best candidate for New Jersey. So we got 20 days until the general election. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will be discussing. And then we have here Matt Riccardi running for New Jersey governor. The floor is yours, my friend. Say hello to so many people who are watching you right now.
Good evening, and thank you all for joining us. My name is Matt Riccardi. I'm the Constitution Party candidate for New Jersey governor. And I am coming to you again with Henry here from Trump Tower in New York City with a response for everyone who just watched the second gubernatorial debate, or should I say the media frenzy, the media picnic with the duopoly candidates, Kim Guadagno and Phil Murphy. I watched the debate as I rode in on New Jersey Transit, ironically, which is what they talked about. I watched it as I rode in on New Jersey Transit into the city to come sit down and to film with my good friend here. And so there's a lot of issues that are going on in New Jersey, a lot of issues that we need to take into consideration before we decide to cast our vote on November 7th. And those issues all hinge around one thing and one thing only: leadership. New Jersey voted, or America voted in November, and they made a choice in November. Whether you like the president or not, they chose to make a decision to put leadership back in Washington, D.C. They chose to vote in someone that they thought, as an outsider and not someone that was a part of the swamp, to bring back leadership. Not someone who had a political background, not someone who made fancy promises, but someone who said that they wanted to fix the problems here in this country. And when President Donald Trump said that he wanted to make America great again, I believe that he personally meant he wanted to get this country back on track with constitutional leadership and constitutional values. And that is why I sit here before you, Matt Riccardi, the nominee from the Constitution Party, and tell you that rather than making your vote on November 7th for one of the members of the duopoly, one of the chosen candidates given to you, you should think hard and choose leadership. Choose someone that comes to you, someone who has walked in your shoes, someone who has lived impoverished. You want to talk about riding New Jersey Transit, Kim and Phil? I spent my life walking. I didn't get a license until I was 22 years old in North Carolina while I was in the United States Marine Corps, because I lived in a city right outside of Manhattan, impoverished and poor, unable to afford a car, having to walk miles sometimes just to get to school and just to be able to get to friends' houses. Now the reality, one more second, the reality is that these candidates come and they tell you that they know what it's like. They've grown up, they've served in their various different positions here in New Jersey and in America. But the reality is they don't know what it's like to actually walk in the shoes of people in America who are hurting, who are in the middle working class, those that are at the bottom, those that cannot afford to live, but live paycheck to paycheck, especially here in New Jersey, a place with skyrocketing property taxes caused by the banking industry and by Phil Murphy himself. And the reality to that is the only thing that's going to fix that problem is leadership. And what you saw tonight on display was a gross understatement of what leadership is. You saw two candidates continue to pander, continue to attack each other, and continue to promote zero solutions. Continuing to promote their solutions that do not have the funding nor the specifics that are needed to fix this state and to get us back on track with the agenda to help make New Jersey great again and make America great again.
Awesome, awesome. I see you're fired up. This debate,
I'm fired up.
I know you're fired up. Let's just let everybody know that you are a U.S. Marine, you're a veteran, you are a long-time resident your whole life right there in New Jersey. Tell everybody, we see the passion that you have. We see that there have been 2 debates already. This is the last one for them. And now, tell us, what do you think? Let's just get into this, jump right into it. Let's just talk about the first subject. What is the first subject in regards to the housing and everything and what they were talking about today? You want to get into that?
Yes.
Let's just jump into that right now.
Yeah. So again, my name is Matt Riccardi. I'm loving all these great people, but I am the Constitution Party candidate for New Jersey governor. I am a constitutionalist. I stand for the Constitution 100%, more so than either of these 2 candidates. I have spoken personally and publicly with people and said to them what that means, because some people will say that it's about interpretation. What that means is that if we ever come up with a type of law or a policy or a regulation, I will always stand firm on the Constitution. If you come to me and you say to me, or if a legislator says to me that they don't think that it adds up, we will always pull out the Constitution. We'll go to it, we will look into it, and we will ultimately come to a decision as to whether or not it adds up. And I would either back off that policy or I would step up on that policy. Why that's important is because that's exactly what we are supposed to do here in America. The reason why we have this great divide here in this country, why left is so divided from right, is because they have become polar opposite. They have become absolute enemies. Enemies that are almost akin to the World War II United States forces and the Japanese forces. When they looked at each other and they spread propaganda and saw each other as demons, and they demonized each other, so the battles that they fought were bloody. Here in America, these battles are getting bloodier and bloodier every single day. We see the attacks on both sides, but we especially see them in the media, on the president, on President Trump, how nasty and how degradatory they have become. The reality is that we need to be able to find a way to coalesce. We need to be able to find a way through leadership to get back to the principles and the values that make this country great to begin with. And that is constitutional leadership. A leader that stands before you with integrity and accountability. Someone who's made a contract with the voters of New Jersey and of America, telling you that when I make a promise, it's as good as guaranteed. If not, I pay instead of you paying. That's what my contract says. My contract says that if I make a promise to you, if I lie to you, then I'm going to pay out of my pocket $10,000 to both parties. My contract hinges upon constitutional, the ability to follow the Constitution and the endowed powers that come from the Constitution to make a decision as governor. I cannot do things outside of my jurisdiction. Therefore, my promises to you are that I will veto legislation that raises your taxes. I will veto legislation that raises your debt, as opposed to what Phil Murphy and Kim Guadagno keep telling you, which is that they promise you that they're going to give you all these things. They're going to give you property tax relief. They're going to give you a litany of resources like free pre-K, free K through 12, free college, and all these other freebies. The reality is that they can't do it, and if they could do it, they ended with a question to each other. This is my question to both of them. Will you sign a contract with the voters of New Jersey guaranteeing every single promise that you make will be a promise kept? And if not, why would any single person in the state of New Jersey plan to vote for these people? Now, getting on to the first question regarding the taxation and the affordability of New Jersey. Neither of these candidates has a plan or a policy. Kim Guadagno got blasted tonight on her circuit breaker plan. Phil Murphy made fun of it. And the reality is that she said that if you're running for governor, you've got to have a plan. But the truth is that it isn't a plan. It's a failure. She wants to go ahead and cut taxes through a circuit breaker plan where you are able to get money back. If you paid it already, you're able to get a kickback from the government to the tune of $3,000. The reality is that doesn't do anything in terms of the average property taxes in our state, and that's also something that she hasn't been able to specifically lay it out to everyone where the $3,000 is going to come from. In fact, tonight she shot herself in the foot when she talked about the fact that the average property taxes, the average savings that you're going to receive are going to be $800. You tell me, with the average property tax bill in New Jersey being $8.1 thousand, how do you expect $800 to be property tax relief, Kim Guadagno? I say to you that just like the past 8 years, your plan, much like the past 8 years of your resume, is a complete and total failure. Now, with regards to Phil Murphy, I want to point a finger at you too, Phil, and I want to say that you absolutely are out of your mind, in my opinion, when it comes to what the plan is the policies that you have to outline for New Jersey. Your policies are absolutely rooted not in helping the middle class by taxing the rich, but absolutely breaking down the middle class, in breaking down the public sector, those that you plan to have all these benefits for. When it comes to COLA, when it comes to their pensions, you have zero revenue. As Kim pointed out, you've planned to bring in $1 billion worth of revenue, in which only $200 million is going to come from marijuana. That's not going to pay for any of these issues. That's not going to pay for people to go to school. The only way to fix this problem here in New Jersey is by creating revenue. And both of these candidates have failed to talk about how they were going to fix the issue when it comes to affordability in our state. It's not a tax problem. Our state doesn't just have a tax problem. That's only one part of it. Much like America, it's only one part of it. As the president outlined his plan, and he was attacked, they laid siege to him over his tax plan because they said that it's going to impact New Jersey the most. The reality is that it's our fault. It's the leadership's fault here in our state. It's not the president's fault. He's making a federal tax plan. The problem here is the leadership in our state, and the leadership in our state doesn't seem to get that we have an affordability issue. And that issue has come to fruition. It has come alive. It's been born out of poor policy making. It's been born out of backroom deals, and it's been born out of contracts that have gone bad here in the state of New Jersey, to the tune of $15 billion worth of money, of taxpayer dollars, that have gone into programs that have not been completed. Much like the Xanadu that took forever, the Meadowlands mall that they've been trying to build, the tunnel project, and just regular roads and infrastructure. New Jersey, we cannot afford to sit here and to look at these two candidates and think that they are the best that we have to offer. As I watched that debate tonight, I almost fell sick from listening to them and thinking that the NJ-elect, their best solution was to allow only these two people to get on the stage to represent you. I am so sorry that you had to sit there and watch that tonight. Watch two people who are so out of touch and who do not care about anything that has to do with you and with your future here in our state. The only way to fix this plan is to put constitutional liberty back at the forefront of New Jersey, and that is to eliminate your state income tax. Number one, the average family will see $3,500 to $5,000 the minute that you eliminate the state income tax, and it's been done in several states in the country. I believe 7 and soon to be 8 have eliminated the state income tax. Now, they'll try and attack that and say, well, yeah, but they make up for that money by boosting other taxes. The reality is there's not a single tax that you can boost here in New Jersey that all the other states have done in order to make up for their revenue. We already have the highest taxes in every single area that you could possibly boost. So something's not adding up. In addition, the state income tax was put into place in the 1970s as a way to reduce your property taxes. How's that worked out for you? It sounds like more failed promises, more promises that have yet to be delivered by the politicians here in New Jersey. So what can we do to fix this problem? We go with the state income tax, we eliminate it, and we put $5,000. It's not per average, it's not maybe, it's $3,500 to $5,000 back in the pockets of every single person that lives in our state. Now, in addition to that, because that's only one half of it, we need to remove the shackles from the businesses here in our state. We need to put the small businesses right back to being the lifeblood of our state. We need to infuse the cities like Newark, like Phil Murphy talked about, but like Kim Guadagno also added. We need to look into Camden. We need to look into Atlantic City. We need to make sure that they are infused with jobs. We need to make sure that they are infused with economic opportunity. You want to talk about ways to fix the minority population and the way that they live here in New Jersey? Start with economics right off the bat. Rather than giving them welfare and creating welfare programs, we need to give these people in the cities across America, and especially in our state, well-being. And how do you do that? Well, rather than letting the government control it, and rather than letting the government create the be-all, end-all solution, we need to get this thing broken down, and we need to eliminate the monopoly that government has on the economy and on economic opportunity. We need to be able to infuse our cities and the cities across America with income tax cuts, with corporation tax cuts, and with great opportunities that it's not about $15 minimum wage, but about wage competition instead. When you open the door, when you open the floodgates to businesses coming into your state, by eliminating the corporation tax, you will see that people of the lower income status level, people that are working class New Jerseyans, and people that are minorities who have no hope, who have no future, you will see them all turn around. Once we reverse the curse, once we flip the script, once we open up the door for these people to have jobs where wage competition thrives, where people at entry-level positions can start off at $10 or $12 an hour with medical benefits and with a 401k. That's what I had back in 2004 coming out of high school. That's what we need here back in New Jersey. But you can't get that here in New Jersey unless you have a serious plan about opening up the door to eliminating the corporation tax and putting a new fee system in for two reasons. And we'll end with this. The way that we fix the affordability issue here in our state is to eliminate taxation and bring back liberty. And how we do that is, one, you eliminate the state income tax, putting $3,500 to $5,000 back into the average family's pockets immediately as of January 2019. On top of that, you eliminate the corporation tax. When you eliminate the corporation tax, which only makes our state $2.7 to $3 billion in value, that's it. It's not much money. When you eliminate the corporation tax, you now put in a system that will hold the large corporations accountable. And the reason why is because large corporations aren't paying the state tax. What they're paying is lawyers to get through loopholes. Much like the kickbacks that they're talking about giving Amazon and what they've given to so many other large corporations in our state, they get through these loopholes and they make money off of our state and off of our taxpayers rather than infusing our state with money. It's a horrible situation and it's a problem that needs a solution. So we create this bracket system where it is broken down between three brackets, between the $500,000 and below, $500,000 to $10 million, and $10 million plus corporations in our state. 61 or 62% of our corporations in our state are $500,000 and below. And they pay 9% just like everybody else. 13% are the corporations that are $10 million and above. And they're paying their 9%, or they're not paying at all because we're not seeing dividends from it. And then you have all of the other numbers in between. What we do is we create a corporation fee system where you either pay or you don't pay. That's it. There's no loopholes, there's no questions, there's no incentives. The reality is the incentive is it's going to be much less than 9% for everyone across the board. The way that we make money off of this system is by holding people accountable. Much like I want you to hold me accountable and our government accountable, the only way to fix this problem, and a problem that we should look at here throughout America, bringing businesses back to America, businesses back to New Jersey, is by eliminating this corporation tax and by forcing them to pay and to be held accountable to a fee system. The reason why it's so fantastic is because a $500,000 business or below is just going to pay a flat fee of $1,000, and that's it. That would create hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue just from those businesses here for New Jersey. Now that's a lot less than $3 billion, so we understand that. That's why the rest of the corporations are going to pay their fair share as well. They're not going to pay 9%, they're going to pay less. But you're going to have them, the $10 million plus corporations, are going to pay $500,000 fee, and that's it. Rather than paying lawyers millions of dollars, they're just going to pay $500,000 and be done with it. That system right there will build $14 billion worth of revenue for our state immediately. And that's without all of the corporations that are going to leave New York, leave Pennsylvania, and everywhere else in this country to come back and do business here in the crown jewel of America. That's what we need. We need liberty. We need innovation. We need solutions. We need to stop sitting here and thinking that the two people that are sitting on that stage making fools of themselves, taking you for granted, treating you like garbage, are the only solution. Phil Murphy and Kim Guadagno talked a little bit about Atlantic City and Atlantic County. I spent all my time in Atlantic County. You can ask all of my friends in our R4NJ Army page how much time I spend in Atlantic County. He talked about how they talked about how they wanted to open up the door to Amazon coming into Newark and doing business in some of these large cities. I tell you this, people of South Jersey, if we are able to bring in Amazon and we are able to bring in other large corporations, the first place that they're going to go is South Jersey, a place that has been saddled and destroyed and left abandoned by the property tax problem, by the foreclosure problem. Joblessness in Atlantic County and the southern Jersey counties is at an all-time high. We need to fix that problem by creating innovation. We need to fix that problem by putting money into infrastructure. And we need to fix that problem by luring in large corporations and by thriving small business and putting jobs where they belong. Okay. In South Jersey.
Give me a second. This is incredible, guys. Dude, you take energy drinks or something? Tell me, what's going on? I mean, you, out of a lot of candidates that I do interview, but let me get a question in here. Right now, you are considered the underdog. Is it okay for me to use that word? You
Sure.
are? Okay. So we know what happened, guys, in Georgia. We know what happened in Alabama with Judge Moore. You are considered right now an underdog. You have two establishment candidates in Lieutenant Governor Kim Guardiani, what's her last name? Guardano, and big shot Phil Murphy, who was a former ambassador
To Germany.
from Germany. So tell me, what is your plan now that you're 20 days away from the general election and you're trying to get the word out? Thank you, everybody that's joined. I see everybody to be spreading the word and sharing. Give us a basic plan on how you're going to attack to go against these two big monsters right now that are monsters against New Jersey.
Well, we're going to take them head on like we've done. So Phil Murphy is the former ambassador and Goldman Sachs executive. And you have Kim Guardano, who's been the lieutenant governor and absolute failed leader here in New Jersey for the past 8 years. And for anyone that says that it's not her record, because there's a lot of people out there that are clinging and they're praying that it's not her record, it is her record. She's been there for 8 years. You know what leadership is? Leadership is stepping up and going against the tide and saying that wrong is wrong and right is right. Kim Guardano's been there for 8 years and she's done nothing to stop the problem. She was in charge of the economy. We have the worst business climate in the country. We have 11 credit downgrades. Okay? We've got the most foreclosures year after year. We've got the most taxpayer burden in America, $67,200 per person. That's her record. She's got to own it. It's too bad. The Republicans made a terrible choice. They chose someone that did not support the president. They chose someone that vehemently opposed him and voted third party. Yeah. And they also chose someone that did not have any type of plans. They chose someone that was tied to the worst Republican governor in the entire country and in this state's history. That was a major fallacy. Now, with regards to Phil Murphy, he's the ambassador to Germany with Obama. He's a guy that's been Goldman Sachs lackey. He's got, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. At the same time, he's somebody that also is a tax and spend Democrat. He's somebody that does not have a plan that is for the people. He's somebody that does not reach out and understand the problems here in New Jersey with the middle working class and with those that are impoverished. I guarantee it. I sat through his town halls and I've listened to him. He has no policies, no solutions. If you're a veteran in New Jersey, I sat through his Veterans Town Hall. It was one of the most awful, repugnant speeches and town halls I've ever sat through. There were zero solutions. There was a whole lot of fanfare and applause, but Phil Murphy does not have a clue what it's like to deal with veterans here in New Jersey or in America. President Donald Trump, who Phil Murphy continues to refer to as a Nazi or as Hitler, has a great idea when it comes to veterans. Well, again, whether you love the president or not, his idea for veterans is one that we need to look at in many aspects regarding healthcare especially. Phil Murphy wants to make single-payer health care for all, and he wants to do it at the expense of the taxpayers. I tell you that is a major problem for us here in New Jersey. Single-payer health care is the VA. It's Veterans Affairs. The government needs to step out and take 10 steps backwards when it comes to our health care. That is going to bankrupt our state, bankrupt our country, and it's not going to provide the care that we need. I know that personally from sitting in an emergency room, not even an outpatient clinic, for 3 hours with only 3 patients here in New Jersey. 3 hours, 3 patients. That's a problem. But to answer your question, we are going to take them head on. I'm taking Phil Murphy and Kim Guardano head on. The media has blacked me out. That's why I'm here in New York City with the great Henry Grujon here live, because the media continues to black me out. They've paid, the Republican and Democratic Party have paid the media to not let me get on there. Why? Because take a look at it. They're afraid. They don't want this guy on that stage with them. They don't want this guy having the same amount of time as them and getting to you, the public. But guess what? It doesn't matter, because truth is always going to win. In the end, truth will win. Doesn't matter what they do or what they say. Take a look at Twitter at what we've done. Take a look at their 2 campaigns at what we've done. They don't poll for us. They don't put us. They didn't even include me in a poll the other day. They had 4 candidates. They didn't include my name for who you wanted to vote for New Jersey. The fix is in, but guess what? The Demo-Publican Party, the Rhino, and the Socialist, they're Goliath, and I'm David. I've got my sling, and it's got a big stone with the Demo-Publican Party's name on it, and it's coming, and you can bank on that. That's a fact. Those of you that are watching, those of you that are here in America, I want you to take solace in one thing. Leadership is on the rise. Leadership is coming back. We believe in our Constitution. Don't vote in fear. Don't stand for your party and vote for them just because you're afraid of the other party. That's polarization and demonization. The fact of the matter is that we are all Americans. We all have a stake in this matter. Here in New Jersey, there are so many families that have a stake in this matter, who are looking for a future for their children. I have 3 of my own. We want to live here. I'm born and raised here. Phil Murphy and Kim Guadagno are not. The reality is that we need to bring liberty back to New Jersey. We need to bring it back to America. And if we don't, there will not be a New Jersey or an America left for us to give to our future generations. So we need to continue to fight. And I call upon each and every single one of you here in America, here in New Jersey, whether you support one side or the other, I am telling you that we need to coalesce around the Constitution of the United States. We need to look at it and we need to come back and recognize what rights are. We need to recognize whether or not there are certain organizations or certain departments within our government that actually need to exist, or whether they exist solely for the purpose of money, backroom deals, lobbyists, special interests. We need to understand that so many of these programs have been created in order to regulate areas that they should not be regulating. And what has that done to our economy? What has that done to the American people? It's put forth the worst leadership, and it has put a burden on our backs to the tune of $20 trillion and more, owned by foreign countries. And the reality is it's time to get the monkey off our back. It's time for us to step up to the plate. We don't need to live in fear. We're Americans. We need to vote, and we need to vote with courage. We need to vote with conscience. We need to vote our principles. So I'm telling you, come November 7th, I'm telling you, for each and every single person out there, whether you live in New Jersey or not, stand for your principles. I want you to fight for leadership, not partisanship. I want you to fight for principles, not party, and ultimately, I want you to always stand for people over politics. May God bless you. God bless New Jersey. God bless the United States of America. I am Matt Riccardi, Constitution Party candidate for New Jersey governor.
And this is Henry Gajon live here from New York City, and him coming here, it is an honor. Tell us, Matt, where can they find you? We're going to put links up so everybody can see. But where can they find you? Because also campaigns cost money, and we need to continue spreading the word. Where can they find you? And let everybody know where can they can really reach out to you if they have questions, because you're open, right? They can right now.
Oh, yeah.
After this, you can write to him on his page and you can say any questions you want. But go ahead, you want to let everybody know?
Yep. Yeah. So we're doing a live sort of Q&A after this at 9 p.m. So you can find that in the R4NJ Army on Facebook, or you can find us at Riccardi4NJ on Twitter at Riccardi4NJ. So Facebook, R4NJ Army, or Twitter, at Riccardi4NJ. I'm going to be doing a live Q&A, so I want you to send in all your questions. I'm going to answer them. I have no fear. Whether we're going to agree or not, again, I stand for the Constitution, and I'm always going to give you an answer. And you may not like that, and that may make you lead to go vote for somebody else, and I'm sorry. But I am not going to break when it comes to my principles. And you should know that. And when you're an American, you shouldn't break or bend when it comes to your principles either. We need to protect our Bill of Rights, we need to protect our amendments, and we need to continue to fight for our Constitution. You can find me at r4nj.org. You can donate there. Just click the white donate button. You can donate there. And again, that is r4nj.org. And you can find us on Facebook, Matt Riccardi. You can find us on Twitter at Riccardi4NJ. We also have a sister site, which is MakeNewJerseyGreatAgain.com. MNJGA.com. And it's now trending, I think, the hashtag on Twitter. So when you go to type it in, it comes up now. Hashtag MNJGA, because we're whooping it out there. I want you again to remember, people, that it is up to you. It is our Constitution. These people that stood on this stage tonight were absolute frauds. They're frauds, and I'm calling them out. I don't care. And I'm calling anybody that supports them out as well. You say that you stand for your constitutional liberties and your rights. The reality is that here in New Jersey, you don't have rights. You have a government that has continued to infringe upon you. A government that has driven us into the ground and decimated us, left us destroyed. Taxpayer burden skyrocketing. Foreclosures, number one. Worst when it comes to business climate. Worst when it comes to people leaving. Worst when it comes to our pension pandemic. There is no future in New Jersey when you have 11 credit downgrades and bankruptcy on the horizon. The only way to fix it is through revenue. And the only way to bring revenue in is to take the chains off the people and the businesses in our state and to let them fight, let them compete, and let them bring back the economy in our state for everyone that's here, and to hopefully make this state a great state, the Garden State, no longer the anywhere but here state for all New Jerseyans. Thank you. God bless you.
This is awesome. That's Matt Riccardi, candidate for New Jersey governor and a veteran for the U.S. Marine. I want to remind you guys, he speaks with passion, and you swore, before we end this, you swore to protect the Constitution against foreign and domestic. You are a person that served our country. I got to tell you, thank you for your service, first of all. Everybody out there that you see a veteran, I do it all the time. Anybody from any of the wars, tell them thank you for your service. But this gentleman is doing the second type of service. He served our country, but now he's stepping into the ring to say, I want to serve you as your next New Jersey governor. Matt Riccardi, God bless you. Thank you so much. And I hope that all the success. 20 days left, guys. Spread the word, share it. And in a little while, for the link we were saying, there's a link out there, but also if you have anything, folks, to ask him, please do so. And then after today, do the same thing. Ask him any questions. Go to his page. You have a web page too that's beautiful. The contract, he has a contract. You guys can question him on it. And I wish you luck, because if he doesn't do what he has to do, he already said in this contract, $10,000 for each party, right?
That's right.
Democrat and Republican. And he's not a rich man. Are you a rich man? Do you have a trust fund? Okay.
No, I got 3 kids. They need college. They eat a lot.
So he's a good guy. Henry Gajon live here on the Trump Republican page. Thank you for everybody that has joined us. Share this page and follow us and continue following this young man. Hope to see everybody in New Jersey to vote out there for the next New Jersey governor. Thank you, Matt, and God bless you, brother.
God bless, man.
God bless, man.
Take care.
All righty. Thank you, everybody.